You think you're safe. Good job, steady paycheck, benefits, maybe even a 401k. You did everything they told you to do. And yet, deep down, there's this quiet feeling you can't shake, like you're one bad Monday away from everything falling apart. Here's the uncomfortable truth nobody at your company will ever tell you. Your job isn't protecting you. It's just distracting you from... Picture this. It's Tuesday. Your alarm goes off. You don't feel rested. You silence it, stare at the ceiling for 90 seconds, and tell yourself you'll feel better after coffee. You drive the same route, park in the same spot, nod at the same people, open your laptop. Your inbox has 23 new emails since last night. None of them are exciting. Most of them are someone else's urgency becoming yours. You work, you eat lunch at your desk, you sit in a meeting that could have been an email, you clock out, mentally at least, around 4 p.m., but you stay till 5 because leaving early feels risky. And on the drive home, you think, I'll figure it out later. Things are fine, but not obvious. The best traps feel like rewards. Your job gives you a salary, just enough to cover your life, just enough that saving feels hard, just enough that you can't easily walk away, but not so much that you ever feel truly free. That's not an accident. Think about it. Your rent, your job. Your groceries, your job. Your kids' daycare, your job. Your car note, your insurance, your phone bill, your self-respect, all of it, every single dollar, traces back to one place, one company, one boss, one quarterly earnings report you had zero say in. You didn't build a life. You built a house of cards, and someone else is holding the table. And it gets so much worse. Here's something nobody in your HR orientation ever told you. The moment you accepted that first offer, your brain started changing. There's a psychological phenomenon called learned helplessness. It happens when people are conditioned, over time, to stop believing they have control, to stop trying, to accept whatever environment they're in as permanent. And your 9 to 5, it's a masterclass in learned helplessness. You don't set your schedule. Someone else does. You don't choose your projects. Someone assigns them. You don't decide your worth. Someone reviews it once a year and gives you a 3% raise if you're lucky. Month after month, year after year, your brain quietly learns, I am not in control. My survival depends on pleasing this system. And then one day you realize you're terrified to leave. Not because the job is great, but because you've forgotten, completely forgotten that you could. That's not a career. That's conditioning. This is where it gets real. Here's something nobody in your HR orientation ever told you. The moment you accepted that first offer, your brain started changing. There's a psychological phenomenon called learned helplessness. It happens when people are conditioned, over time, to stop believing they have control, to stop trying, to accept whatever environment they're in as permanent. And your 9 to 5, it's a masterclass in learned helplessness. You don't set your schedule. Someone else does. You don't choose your projects. Someone assigns them. You don't decide your worth. Someone reviews it once a year and gives you a 3% raise if you're lucky. Month after month, year after year, your brain quietly learns, I am not in control. My survival depends on pleasing this system. And then one day you realize you're terrified to leave. Not because the job is great, but because you've forgotten, completely forgotten that you could. That's not a career. That's conditioning. This is where it gets real. If you got a calendar invite tomorrow morning, 9 a.m., your manager's name, no subject line, how would your body feel? Your chest tightens, your stomach drops, your mind starts running scenarios. Did I do something wrong? Are they cutting the team? Is this it? You've never felt that about your rent. You've never felt that about your side hobby. Only about this job, the one thing your entire financial life depends on. Now answer honestly. If you lost that job next Friday, no warning, just a box for your stuff and a badge deactivation email, how many weeks could you survive? 2? Maybe 3? The average American has less than $1,000 in liquid savings. Not $1,000 a month, $1,000 Total. That's not your fault. That's what happens when a system is designed to keep you spending just fast enough that saving. Sunday, 9 p.m. You feel it. That low-grade dread. Tomorrow's Monday. The cycle starts again. You tell yourself, I'll look for something new next month. I'll start saving after the holidays. I'll build that side income once things calm down at work. But things never calm down. Next month never comes. And the longer you wait, the harder it gets. Here's why. It's called loss aversion. Your brain is literally wired to fear losing what you have more than it desires gaining something better. Psychologists say we feel losses twice as intensely as equivalent gains. So leaving a $75,000 salary, even for something potentially worth $150,000, feels like standing at the edge of a cliff. And then there's identity. You've introduced yourself as your job title so many times, you've started to believe it is you. I'm a project manager. I'm in operations. I work in finance. But that's not you. That's a role, one that can be eliminated in a 15-minute meeting while you're getting coffee. When your identity lives inside someone else's org chart, that's not a career. That's a hostage situation. And here is the truth nobody wants to say out loud. Think back to who you were at 22. You had ideas, plans, things you were going to build, try, become. The world felt big. Options felt endless. Now, you get anxious if your direct deposit is a day late. That's not aging. That's what happens when survival mode becomes permanent. When your entire creative and emotional energy gets poured into one job, one boss, one system, and you have nothing left for yourself. Your imagination didn't die. It got rented out, and it's been paying someone else's mortgage ever since. And the most tragic part? You're capable of so much more. You know it. That quiet voice that shows up at 3 a.m., that's not anxiety, that's clarity. I'm not going to tell you to quit Monday. That's not the move. That's fear in the other direction. The move is this. Stop treating your job as your destination and start treating it as your launch pad. You still have income. That's your biggest asset right now. Most people trying to escape have nothing. You have a runway. Use it. Step 1. This month, not next month, this month, open a separate savings account. Name it Freedom Fund. Transfer something into it, even $150. The number isn't the point. The habit is. You are training your brain to believe that escape is possible. Step 2. Identify one skill you own completely, not a skill your employer uses you for, one that lives in you, follows you, and earns outside of any single company. Writing, design, coaching, sales, coding, whatever it is, spend 30 minutes a day sharpening it. 30 minutes, that's it. Step 3, generate your first dollar outside of your paycheck. Freelance project, digital product, consultation call. It doesn't matter if it's $50, because the moment money comes in from somewhere other than your employer, something shifts in your brain permanently. You stop being a dependent and start being a producer. You don't blow up the trap all at once. You quietly build a door, every single day a little wider, so that when the moment comes, and for a lot of people it will come whether they're ready or not, you're already on the other side. That's the whole game. I want to leave you with this. Every Monday morning, millions of people wake up, silence their alarm, and tell themselves things are fine. Some of them are right, but some of them, maybe you, are one restructuring, one new boss, one bad quarter away from a very different reality, and they have no plan, no savings, no skill outside their job description, nothing. Don't be that person. Not because your job is bad, but because you deserve more than one option. The cage isn't the job. The cage is believing the job is all you are.